What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our finals team builder for Season 9 Zebstrika, taking on Amish and the Singapore Sobble Squad. He did manage to defeat Zane and the St. Louis Cardinals. This is probably the matchup that I would have picked if I was given a choice between the two of them. That does not mean that I'm confident in any shape or form in how this matchup is going to go. I wasn't all that confident going into our Week 11 game, and I managed to win that one very barely because I was playing it incredibly safe at the end of the game. Not much is changing with the team. I do think that I probably brought the best team that I could have. At the time, I was fighting for a bye, and I thought, oh, maybe I just won't bring my best sets. But honestly, the mons that aren't coming just aren't really that good into this matchup. So, yeah, this is a big one. This is the big one. I am not super excited for this. Yeah, I don't know. Like, today's just felt weird. It feels off today. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't win this one. That's kind of just how I judge my days is yeah, it feels like a bad karma kind of day. So I'm not super thrilled, but what are you going to do? I can't just keep pushing this off until I feel like I'm going to win that day. Especially with Amish's schedule, there's only we live 15 hours apart in terms of time zones, so there's only 2 days that you can possibly do this, and one of them was used up. So, yeah. Anyways, Amish's team, if you don't remember from week 11, which is not that long ago, although it was actually 5 weeks ago in terms of actual playtime. Tapu Koko Slowbro, Heracross, Salazzle, Tyrantrum, Carbink, Mega Kangaskhan, Ferrothorn, Landorus, Therian, Avalugg, and Galarian Moltres. Priority options in the Kangaskhan with Fake Out and Sucker Punch, that's it. Hazard setting is got the Heracross with Spikes, Tyrantrum with Rocks, Carbink with Rocks, Ferrothorn with Rocks and Spikes, and Landorus with Rocks. Removal options is the Koko with Defog, and the Lando with Defog, and the Avalugg with Rapid Spin. 4x weaknesses is the Heracross to Flying, Salazzle to Ground, Ferrothorn to Fire, and Landorus to Ice. Okay, last time, there's no way Carbink's coming, by the way. He's memed about Carbink coming with Trick Room Explosion. It's not coming. It is such an unmon. I don't even know why he has it on his team, in all honesty. Just to fill a slot. He's basically run a 10-man roster the whole season. Carbink is not coming. I guarantee you that. In terms of what he brought last time, he brought Koko, Slowbro, Ferrothorn, Lando, Avalugg, Galarian Moltres. Galarian Moltres almost beat me. He brought a Spadef AV Lando. The Avalugg was defensive. We had a Rapid Spin War. I court changed. He Rapid Spin. That's just how that one worked there. Mega Kangaskhan did not come, and I prepped for it a lot. Ferrothorn got blasted by Garchomp pretty early on. And then Genesect cleaned it up later. Koko was a problem, but not that much of a problem because it was actually still Genesect fodder. I think what I determined in that game is that it's not possible for Koko to not give me a special attack boost unless it's Assault Vested or something. If it's offensive Koko, I just always get the special attack boost off of it because its defense stat is that much higher. Same thing goes for Lando. I will get a special attack boost off of that unless it's Assault Vested. Slowbro, I think, became an issue, or was maybe slightly an issue. It should be less of an issue with this build. The Lando really ended up being the biggest problem. In hindsight, I'm surprised the Heracross didn't come as a Scarfer to revenge Mega Gyarados, but he also probably has Mega Gyarados handled between Avalugg and Ferrothorn. If I were going to bring a Mega Gyarados set against this team, I would bring a special one. Because I think that would be the best option. If I'm being honest, I don't know that Mega Gyarados is ever an option in this game for me either, though, so it's not coming. Salazzle is something that I'm terrified of. Still, I'm very terrified of Salazzle. I don't know what's going to happen if the Salazzle comes. If he opts to swap something for Salazzle, if he opts to swap, Galarian Moltres for Salazzle or something, I might just be doomed. Salazzle is way too good against my team. It absolutely demolishes anything that I could be bringing. So I'm prepped a little bit better for it this time than I did last time. Last time I was like, oh, the Salazzle might not come, so I'm just not going to bring coverage for it on Cinderace, even though I'm outspeeding it, which was really dumb in hindsight. Tyrantrum is a mon that could come, but it gets outsped by so much, and I have so many good Scarf options that outspeed it. It's sort of in an awkward spot where I just don't think it's worth it for him, but he could bring it. There's no reason for me to say that he couldn't bring it, right? It's definitely an option for him. Like, I think of all of the things on his team, Carbink is the only Mon that is not an option. Everything else is perfectly viable. Diabolog for the Mega Gyarados, perfectly viable. Ferrothorn for the Mega Gyarados, of course, as well, perfectly viable. The Mega Kangaskhan for, like, fake-out pressure, perfectly viable. Salazzle decimates my team, perfectly viable. Galarian Moltres decimates my team after an agility, perfectly viable. Coco, perfectly viable pretty much into any matchup against me. That's why I have the Tangrowth. Tangrowth is forced to be AV in this matchup for the stupid Coco. God, I fucking hate that mon. It's so bad when I use it. It's just incredibly bad when I use it. And then I always draft teams that are weak to it, I guess. So yeah, the last time I played a Coco, it just absolutely shit stomps me, and so I'm not super thrilled about that. Slowbro is a mon where you can't really predict what it's going to do. I don't have the best answers into it necessarily, but we'll sort of see. Lando, if he brings that same set, would be annoying but handleable, I think, at this point, because I'm not relying on Yanmega to late game clean this game. If he opts into being like Swords Dance Rock Polish Lando this time, though, it could be a really big problem. So the first 5 mons are all the same, and then I swapped out Yanmega for Mimikyu. Let's sort of talk about all of these in depth. I changed the Thundurus up a lot. I believe I was Choice Specs last time, which was just hard-walled by any variant of Lando. In this gen, you cannot bring Choice Specs Sunny into a Lando team. I don't know even what I was thinking there. It was a really strange thought process. But this is another, like, a secondary Coco answer to an extent, because I can actually handle the Coco with this. I should be able to like live a hit from Moltres with this now too. I'm Boots, so I'm not going to take the Rocks damage. Rocks are really free on his team. He's got a lot of good Rockers. Toxic helps wear down things like the Lando, of course. Foul Play is also for the Lando. It's the best move that I had to hit Lando. Thunderbolt for the Slowbro and U-turn just to get on out of there. I am outspeeding Mega Kangaskhan with this, so I can also sort of like kind of revenge the Mega Kangaskhan with base 145 special attack. Garchomp, I'm bringing the same set, just changed the EVs a little bit. It's the exact same move set as last time with Toxic, EQ, Rocks, and Fire Blast. Fire Blast again for the Ferrothorn. Toxic for the Slowbro. EQ handles everything else. Toxic can also be for the Lando. This is kind of a Lando answer. It's more a Mega Kangaskhan answer and a Heracross answer in theory. I'm running more attack investment, and I swapped. I think I was Spadef invested last time. I swapped that to defense, or I like adjusted my defense stat a little bit more, and I'm running Brave to get the most out of my special attack investment this week. Genesect, I also changed. The moveset is like almost the same. I'm still running Technoblast Rock Polish. But I had Technoblast Rock Polish Dual Stab last time, and I swapped that this time to Flamethrower Thunderbolts over the Dual Stab, because I think that this is just better against the Mons. Thunderbolt hits the Galarian Moltres and the Slowbro combined. I had Bug Buzz last time, and it hit the Ferrothorn better, but Flamethrower will be able to handle the Ferrothorn better and be able to hit the Heracross if the Heracross comes. So I think that this coverage change-up like actually just helps a little bit more. Technoblast Water, of course, to hit the Salazzle. It'll also be fine against the Coco and the Lando, the Mega Kangaskhan as well, and the Carbink. I'm running the same EV spread, so I'm outspeeding Lando with this, and then once I get the Rock Polish up, I outspeed the whole team, because Galarian Moltres cannot outspeed me at +2. Big thing is getting the special attack download boost. That is a big deal for the Genesect this week. If I can get a special attack download boost and a Rock Polish off, it might be Jeej with this coverage now. We'll sort of see. The last time I was not able to beat the Moltres, and I was trying to hit it with an attack where I wouldn't put it into Berserk range. But then I had him at a point, like, I think that was early on, and then I had him at a point later where I mated him, and I had to... It didn't matter what I did, because if he killed me, Yanmega would have revenged, and if he agility, then Genesect would have cleaned the game. So that's sort of the position here. Genesect is absolutely the main win condition, and Mimikyu is the secondary win condition, which we'll get to later. Tangrowth next. Actually, we'll just skip over Cinderace for now. Tangrowth, I'm running the Assault Vest set. Last time I ran Ancient Power over Rock Tomb on the Tangrowth, so I changed the moveset up a little bit. The EV spread is entirely the same, and the item is the same, but I changed the moveset up a tiny little bit. I've got Brick Break over Focus Blast, I think, for the Ferrothorn. I believe I clicked Focus Blast and I hit the Moltres with it. I have Rock Tomb this time for the Moltres so that I can slow that down, so that I don't just lose to an Agility Moltres if it wants to Agility on Tangrowth. I'm in a much better position against that. Earthquake for the Coco, which is what this is designed to check, and I can also hit the Salazzle on switch in if he tries to risk the Salazzle, and then Power Whip for the Slowbro if I really have to hit the Slowbro. as well as the Lando. So I'm a fully physical Tangrowth this time instead of like being partially special, which should like sort of help at least a little bit. I guess I don't need to be minus speed. I can, because I'm fully physical, I can run. What am I looking for here? Plus SpDef minus special attack. Oh my, I'm just like losing my mind right now. I'm so stressed about this game, guys. You have no idea. Here it is. Careful. Of course I knew it was careful. I'm incredibly stressed about this game. It's kind of affecting me like physically today. I've had to throw up like once already. Yeah, I'm trying to drink as much water as I can, but like the pressure on me to win this one is incredible. The last time I made finals in my own league, I was not the favorite. I was the underdog for sure against Cade back in season 1. There's been seasons where there's been pressure on me because I've been the first seed, but I've never been able to make it through to finals in those seasons. And this season, everything just clicked. Like, I kind of got all the matchups that I wanted in playoffs, and it makes me really nervous. There's a lot of pressure on me to win this one, and a lot of pressure that I'm putting on myself, I think, as well, to win this one, because it would be really sad for me if this is, like, finally my best chance to win a title, and I just lose to a matchup that I won in the regular season. Just thinking about it stresses me out even more. So it's really weird because I've got like 5 hours until the game happens now, and all that I can do with those 5 hours is kind of just panic. Okay, anyways, Cinderace next. I just need to sort of like get that off my mind. Blaze Cinderace boots. This is the same set. I had high jump kick over Zen Headbutt last time. I'm running Zen Headbutt this time for the Salazzle, so I don't just outright lose to that. I have an option against Scarf Salazzle, at least with the Cinderace this time, to be able to hit that with the Zen Headbutt. I don't think high jump kick is as relevant. It was really there for the Mega Kangaskhan, and the like. I think I tried justifying it to myself that it was for the Tyrantrum, but again, I don't really think Tyrantrum's going to come to this one. I think the Garchomp can punish it enough anyways. But it shouldn't really be a problem with the combination of Garchomp plus Mimikyu, and Tangrowth should still be able to live some hits because Tangrowth just has incredible physical defense, even on a especially defensive infested set. I'm still outspeeding the Salazzle with this EVs and everything. Yeah, it's all the same from last time. Last but not least is Mimikyu, so I swapped out the Yanmega. Yanmega last time was pretty solid. I brought a Scarf Yanmega, and it was kind of able to clean, although the AV Lando at the end really just like kind of bummed me out a little bit there because Yanmega just wasn't able to power through that, even though it should have been able to, just because his set was so good at countering Yanmega. But this time I'm bringing setup Mimikyu, and this is a bit of an interesting one because Yanmega's kind of carried me through the last few weeks of the season. I didn't bring it against Lux, but I really was not trying against Lux. So like I brought Yanmega against like Zane when I picked it up, and it did really, really well into Zane. I brought it against Amish, and it did really well into Amish. I brought it, I did not bring it in quarterfinals, but then I brought it in semifinals, and it got the Ancient Power Boost and carried me through the finals. So it's weird to me that I'm not bringing on Mega, but at the same time, Mimikyu is kind of my brand, and Mimikyu looked the best out of the mons that I didn't have as the last slot. And I think Mimikyu is a good win condition here. Now, this is a secondary win condition behind the Genesect. I think Genesect is enough of a win condition, but I've really had multiple win conditions all throughout the playoffs, and I think that's been a big key to my success, is that I can like use one win condition to sort of break or like force things to be sacked that would be better against my other win condition. And so I think Mimikyu is kind of that role. So I'm running the Adrenaline Orb, which will help me outspeed the entire team after he brings in Landorus against the Mimikyu. There's nothing else that gets Intimidate, but the item slot is pretty much not valuable here for me. I'm not running Shadow Sneak because of the Adrenaline Orb. So I'm going to have to use my Disguise wisely, and then hopefully be able to get a Sword Stance off on the Lando, or Sword Stance off on something else after the Intimidate. But SD is huge. At +2 or +1, I should be able to decimate a lot of this team. If I can just continue to set up on stuff, that would also be very helpful, of course. Play Rough hits everything, really, that's not named Ferrothorn or Salazzle. That's pretty much it. Play Rough is the key move here. If I hit, I hit. If I don't, I probably lose. Dream Punch is for the Ferrothorn. It'll also be good against the Avalugg. Just get a bunch of HP back against those. Same with the Kangaskhan. Dream Punching is a little bit more reliable than Play Rough. And Shadow Claw is there for the Slowbro. really just to power through the slow bro. If I'm in a position where I need to crit something, then I'm probably not in a winning position. But Shadowclaw does have the higher crit rate. It is like 2 out of whatever it is, 22? I can't remember now. It's not a good rate, but it's like 8% instead of 4%. So we take what we can get. Mimikyu is outspeeding the Lando. It's the same speed stat as the Genesect, and I'm running max attack and a little bit of HP investment. So I don't know how this one's going to go. I am still panicking, and I will continue to panic all day until this is done. Regardless of the outcome, I'm hoping this is going to be a good finals game. The Blitzel finals game was incredible. It came down to a 12% Tapu Lele at the end of the game there, and it was a 1-0. So I'm really hoping that at the very least we can kind of get something like that, like a close game. Like I would feel worse if this was a. Actually, you know what? I would probably feel better if it was a blowout. If he blows me out, I would feel better about losing it because I would be like, oh well, you know, I just didn't prep well. Rather than like making a mistake in game, which I think is always sort of a worry for me. What I'm not bringing, Slowking. It didn't come last time. It's the same reason. It's bad. Like Slowking is fine as like a special answer, but all of its special mons beat it. So what's the point? Kecleon, same thing. All of his special mons beat it. It's not good here. So there's no reason to bring that. Mega Gyarados and Yanmega are like the two things that I may have brought over Mimikyu this week, but I'm bringing the Mimikyu because Mega Gyarados has failed to do anything for me this season. I can't rely on it, and I'm not going to rely on it in the finals match. Yanmega is something I can rely on, but I think Mimikyu matches up better in the rematch. I think that he will prep harder for Yanmega this time. Hitmonchan, horrible matchup, not bringing it. That's about it. That's pretty much all it is for Hitmonchan the entire season. There's room for Hitmonchan to go to slot in here, but Slowbro is just such an easy check that it's not even funny. Bulky Psychics just handle Hitmonchan way too well, and Mega Gyarados is not prepped. Like there's no way I can prep a team with Mega Gyarados and Hitmonchan on it, so it's not coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this team builder. I know that I probably didn't because I'm like I'm having a bit of a panic attack today. Okay, getting into things. You know, there is going to be like a Gen 6 offseason stuff. I'm not going to upload that. So the next time that you guys see me after this finals match will be the end of the season recap. Hopefully I have good news for you with that. And the match, of course, but the end of season recap will come like the week after this. I'm not going to like hold off on that like I normally do. I normally just like wait a few weeks. But since I've delayed all of these uploads anyways, you know, I'm just gonna post it the week after finals goes up. So, or maybe the day after finals goes up. I don't know. Probably the day after finals goes up because it really doesn't. You don't need to wait a week. You know. Yeah. So that's the plan for uploads for NCL. I guess I potentially will be uploading again for season 10. I will be coming back for season 10. So, you know, I've kind of decided, you know. Even if I win my own league, now is the time where I'm doing really well in a lot of leagues that I can just... I should be spamming leagues to try and win as many championships as I can. And yeah, this will be the third, you know, this will be the 5th finals in like the last 2 months for me. And it's the one that's going to hit the hardest if I win this one. So yeah, I will catch you guys for the match before I keep rambling.